When we think of bodyweight exercises to build a muscular chest, right away we think of push-ups. And you can't build a muscular chest without them. But not all push-up variations are equal when it comes to chest development. For example, a closed grip or diamond push-up, while a much harder variation of the basic push-up, it's because it focuses on the tricep, which is a much smaller muscle group. If we want to emphasize our chest, we need to go wider, making sure our elbows always stay below our shoulders and our hands are facing forward, or possibly slightly outward, but never inward, as that will put undue stress on your elbow joint. Before we go over some more advanced variations of the push-up to help develop our chest, I want to go over one thing that can help us get a little bit more out of the basic push-up, and that is range of motion. We want to make sure we're getting as low as we possibly can on each repetition. We might even want to elevate our hands a bit, whether we use a dumbbell or maybe some parallettes, just so we can get our chest down a little bit lower, as a lot of us are weak in this position and it limits our growth. If you have trouble with wrist pain, then using parallettes or push-up bars can be really helpful, as they put your wrists in a neutral and more comfortable position. Now from here we're going to move on to the uneven push-up, and this is a great introduction into unilateral push movements. This is where you put your one hand up on a block or a medicine ball, and this greatly increases the intensity of the push on the opposite pectoral muscle. But you don't want to use too high of a block, as it can create undue strain on your shoulder and limit your range of motion. So I typically don't use a block any taller than 8 inches. Now before we go into the next unilateral push-up that I'm a big fan of, I want to talk about doing push-ups with a single leg raised. Now typically I would avoid movements that require a lot of extra stabilization, as what I find is that people end up focusing so much on trying to stabilize their bodies that they lose focus on the muscle that they're trying to work, which in this case is the chest. But if you can do this one comfortably, what you'll find is as soon as you raise that leg up and do that push-up, you will feel the increased loading on your chest. The next progression from here is to elevate both feet up onto a bench or a chair into a decline push-up. This increases the amount of body weight that we are using, and depending on the angle that we raise our feet up to, starts to shift the load more onto our upper chest. Now I like to combine decline push-ups with my favorite unilateral push-up, archer push-ups. Now an archer push-up could be considered a stepping stone exercise on your way to doing a one-arm push-up. And it's not only a fantastic chest mass builder, but it is also an easy exercise to progress into, as all you have to do is slowly move your assistance arm farther away from your body as you progress until it's straight out and just there for stability. But we're not done yet. One of the movements that our chest does is it moves our arm across our body. Now how can we provide resistance to this movement without having equipment? Well, the answer to that is the sliding chest fly. Now, this is a more advanced movement that can be done as a single arm chest fly, or as you become more advanced and more developed, you'll be able to eventually do a double arm chest fly. And all you need to perform this exercise is a smooth floor and a couple of cloths. Now, no list of effective body weight chest exercises would be complete, or for that matter, weighted chest exercises would be complete without mentioning dips, as they hit your chest from an entirely different angle and give you that full chest development. It's important to remember though here to lean forward so that you're taking some of the emphasis off of the triceps and putting it more onto your chest. But there's no way you'll ever build a great chest unless you keep working out while having fun. This is Lawrence from Fit and 50. We'll talk to you in the next one.